My name is Andrew, and I never thought betrayal could come from the two people I trusted most, my mother and the woman I planned to marry. Love is supposed to unite families, but in my case, it tore everything apart. This is the story of how my own mother convinced my fiancé to marry my brother instead. It was supposed to be the happiest chapter of my life, an engagement full of promises and plans. But behind closed doors, my mother whispered poison. She told my fiancé I wasn't enough, that my brother could offer more, provide more, be more. I didn't know it then, but a storm was brewing, one that would break my heart and change my family forever. The betrayal I uncovered left me questioning not just love, but blood ties. And in the end, they lost far more than they gained. Wait a second, let us know where you're watching from in the comments. And make sure to subscribe for more powerful and inspiring stories just like this one. Growing up, my brother, Michael, was always the golden child. He was charming, athletic, and constantly praised. I was the quieter one, the bookworm, the dreamer. Still, I thought our bond as brothers was unshakable. When I met Claire, my fiancée, she became my anchor. She laughed at my dry humor, believed in my dreams, and promised me forever. For the first time, I felt like I was winning in life. We celebrated our engagement with both families, smiles all around. Or so I thought, but subtle signs appeared. Claire grew distant. My mother became overly involved in conversations about money, stability, and long-term security. I brushed it off as motherly concern. What I didn't realize was that she was planting seeds of doubt in Claire's heart, watering them with every comparison between me and Michael. Seeds that would one day destroy everything. The unraveling began quietly. Claire started asking odd questions about my income, my career prospects, and how quickly I could provide for a family. I reassured her, reminding her of our plans, but something had shifted. The warmth in her eyes was fading, replaced by hesitation. Then came the night it all crashed. Claire sat me down, her voice trembling. She said my mother had told her something I could barely process. My mother had told Claire that I wasn't reliable, that Michael would make a better husband, that he could give her everything she deserved. My stomach dropped. Betrayal has a sound, and it's silence between heartbeats. Claire admitted she'd been spending time with Michael, listening to him, comparing us. My mother hadn't just suggested it, she'd orchestrated it. Days later, I learned the unthinkable. Claire had broken off our engagement. Weeks later, she and Michael announced they were together. The family cheered as if it were fate, while I stood in the corner, erased from my own story. The humiliation was unbearable. My fiancé had been stolen, not by a stranger, but by my own blood, with my mother's blessing. I was left alone, abandoned, and betrayed. But life has a way of turning pain into power, and soon they would learn the cost of their choices. Months passed, and the wedding day arrived. Michael and Claire's wedding. I didn't attend. Instead, I focused on rebuilding my life. I threw myself into work, into passion, into becoming everything they swore I couldn't be. Meanwhile, cracks appeared in their perfect picture. The marriage wasn't the dream they expected. Claire discovered Michael wasn't the provider my mother had promised. His charm faded under the weight of responsibility, and her regret grew louder than vows. My mother, once so proud, now avoided eye contact whenever my name was mentioned. The very foundation of their betrayal began to crumble. And while they struggled, I thrived. Their most significant gain had become their greatest regret. Today, I look back not with anger, but with clarity. My mother's betrayal and Claire's choice shattered me, but it also freed me. I no longer seek validation from family or relationships built on shallow promises. I built a life on my own terms, stronger, wiser, and independent. As for Michael and Claire, their marriage is a shadow of what it once pretended to be. The very people who laughed at me now live in regret, while I live in peace. Sometimes betrayal is the universe's harshest teacher, reminding us that not all who claim to love us truly do. So I'll leave you with this. What would you do if your own mother convinced the love of your life to marry someone else? Comment below which country and city you're watching from. Take care.